Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Maya Schonbach, and I'm a clinical psychologist, and I work here at Skinpick. So today we're going to talk about how our program works, give you some background, give you some practical ideas on what you'll find through our program. The webinar will take around 20 minutes, and I really want to encourage you guys to ask questions throughout the presentation. If you want, just think of anything, just write them into the chat, and then we'll go through all the questions together in a Q&A at the end of the presentation. And I also want to really say stick around until the end of the presentation, because I'll give a promo code at the end for a discount to the program for subscribing. So again, just write in any questions that you have. Again, I know sometimes it's a little embarrassing, but it always helps people, and everybody has similar questions. So it's really helpful if you can ask anything that comes to mind. So let's get started. Okay, so what is Skinpick? So Skinpick, it's a fully customized online therapy platform. And what we do is we pair you up with a therapist, an expert therapist that you'll meet with online, all via chat. We'll get into that a little bit later. And essentially, your therapist guides you through different therapeutic techniques through online sessions. And they really are here to support you every step of the way. Really, their goal is to help you alleviate your symptoms of skin picking, and then to ultimately make a meaningful and long-lasting change. So basically, you'll learn about your skin picking disorder, you'll learn about your personal triggers, and you'll practice evidence-based techniques. And we'll get into all of these kind of topics shortly. So like I said, so an expert therapist. You're going to work with a therapist who specializes in treating body-focused repetitive behaviors, or BFRBs, so specifically skin picking disorder. And I don't know if you guys have tried to find that. It's not so easy to find. So our therapists have both the knowledge and the hands-on experience of working with skin picking disorder. And so essentially how the program works is we provide you with scientifically supportive, effective tools that you'll get through this online platform. And then your therapist will tailor them all to your individual needs. So like I said, they'll have online sessions that your therapist will regularly assign to you. And you'll work through the sessions at your own pace. And your therapist monitors your progress, and they could provide you with additional sessions. We'll talk about those also, but to kind of deepen your understanding, maybe explore more advanced techniques. And I can't emphasize this enough, regularly communicating with your therapist. This is really the key to success in the program, because through this communication with your therapist, through this online chat discussions with your therapist, this is how they're going to customize the program to fit your specific individual needs. So it's really important. And we see that clients that write more messages to their therapist, like we have the actual data to measure this because it's objective data, they report better reduction in symptoms. So I can't stress this enough. And then also at the bottom, I wanted to talk about this, that we have two different types of programs. We have a personal program for people that are aged 15 and older. And then we have a separate program that we call the parent program for those who have children with that are aged 14 and under. And those are children who themselves suffer from skin picking. And so the parent program, this includes all these different age-appropriate modifications to the techniques. So for the parents to go through the program and then to use together with their child. And then also different suggestions on how to better communicate these techniques to the child who's struggling with skin picking. So we kind of make this separation between 14 to 15 years old. It's also based a lot off of literacy. That's also a big thing because it's online, all the content. And they're going to have to read and write and reflect. But if you have any specific questions about a child who is on the border, at the end you'll see a contact information, and you can email me or email our customer support, and we do take these into case by case basis. Okay, so let's talk about the session structure. So like I said, your therapist assigns you sessions at your own pace. So this is the kind of framework of each session. So really the first thing is, in order to reduce skin picking, it's important to learn about it, to understand it. So in each session, you're going to be learning all about the disorder, how to be aware of symptoms, how to find and identify your own personal triggers, and really about the background of the disorder itself. And then exercises and assignments. So throughout the sessions, you're going to be introduced to and you're going to practice a lot of different techniques. So for example, maybe breathing techniques, self-monitoring, that's a big one. And often these techniques use our specialized tools that are also all online or through our app. And then at the end, so throughout the session, you might be asked to practice them throughout, and those are the exercises. And then at the end of each session, you'll be given assignments in order to further practice techniques or to different assignments. And these are really to deepen your insights. And like I said, to create meaningful, long-lasting change. And what's important is that your therapist, because this is all done within our platform, either on the app or on the online platform website, your therapist monitors your exercises, your assignments, what you're writing, our specialized tools. They have access to all of this, and then they provide you feedback to what your practice is, and this helps you fine-tune your technique. And they really give you tips and really help you get the most out of your practice. And that's what's invaluable about this. You're not doing this as a self-help book. You're doing this hand in hand with an expert therapist who's here to guide you through this. And then reflection and discussion. So during the sessions, you'll also be answering questions to help you process and to reflect on the session material. And so, like with the exercises and assignments, your therapist reviews these and they respond to your answers. And then this provides kind of a jump off discussion for correspondence with your therapist. And remember when I said that the key to success of this program is communicating with your therapist? So that's really, really important. So these discussions, really important to kind of understand, individualize, and then have your therapist then through these discussions get to know you better and then personalize the program as best as they can. And so looking at all of this, you can see this program is comprehensive. It's a big commitment. So to maximize its effectiveness, we really suggest devoting time every single day to working on it. Because really, we know that the more effort that you're investing into the program, the more progress you're going to see. So that is also something that I want to emphasize. Okay, so let's talk about our therapist. So like I said, the communication with your therapist is done in writing. It's all done online in our platform, in our app. It's all done via text communication. And our therapists typically respond within 24 hours on weekdays. And so because it's all handled within our platform, you'll get email notifications when your therapist responds to you. And really this text communication is super effective because you can go at your own pace. You're not sitting in a session with a therapist and maybe worrying that you're going to forget what they said, maybe worrying how the technique is supposed to be done, when I'm supposed to do it, where I'm supposed to do it. You don't have to worry about forgetting what's said. And something really cool that I've heard from clients is that some of them have even taken screenshots of important discussions or important chats or things that their therapist has said, and then set them either as their phone's wallpaper for a reminder, or if you have a printer at home, you can print it out, put it on your refrigerator, a little more old school, but really whatever works. That's what we're here for. And so, but this is just an example of how effective this online communication is. So like I said, our therapists are all experts. They've all mastered every single evidence-based technique that we use in the program. But they all are all humans with different backgrounds, different training. So everybody's therapist kind of enriches the journey with a different background or a different approach. So it's all very unique. And it's all suited to your individual needs. So if you also want to further explore something, our therapists are all very flexible. So you can also talk to them about that. Okay, so I said the word a few times about evidence-based techniques. So, Mark, what does that mean? So evidence-based techniques means that they're grounded in sound academic research and really have been proven to be the most effective for treating skin picking. So the main techniques that we use in our program are habit reversal training, or HRT, if you've heard about this, and acceptance and commitment therapy, or ACT. So I'll talk a little bit more about these types of therapies in the next few minutes. But if you really feel like you want to find out more about HRT, about ACT, then we have dedicated webinars on those topics that you can find on our YouTube page, on our website. So if you feel like you need a little bit more knowledge in these areas, feel free, look them up. But I'll just cover a little bit now. Okay, so habit reversal training. So this really is the first treatment that was explicitly designed for BFRBs, or body focused repetitive behaviors, which includes skin picking and skin picking disorder. And so it's considered the gold standard of treatment for skin picking. So what is HRT? It's a behavioral form of therapy, and it's designed to really, like I said, address a wide variety of repetitive behaviors, so including skin picking, but also things like hair pulling, nail biting, thumb sucking, cheek biting, ticks, things like that. And just briefly, the key elements that HRT really is based upon is, first of all, building awareness of your picking, and then identifying triggers for your own individual triggers, and then finding a healthier replacement habit as opposed to picking in order to deal with these triggers. And studies show that this type of treatment really works in reducing the behavior itself and reducing the skin picking. But for us, this is only the start of your journey, because then we go into the other main evidence-based technique that we use in our program, which is ACT, or acceptance and commitment therapy. So if you've heard about this, ACT is today one of the most popular forms of cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, if that means something. And really, it's helping millions of people all around the world today, and it's based on incorporating the element of acceptance, working on your values, and incorporating mindfulness into your daily life. And so kind of how I like to think about this is that with HRT, you learn how to deal with the actual behavior, with the skin picking itself. And then in ACT, you learn how to deal with all of the urges and the difficult emotions that sometimes lead you to actually pick. So like I said, if you feel like you want to learn more about HRT and ACT, check out our dedicated webinars on those therapies. We have them on our YouTube page, like I said, or on our website. Okay, so we also have other resources. So we really want to give you a comprehensive toolbox to deal with your symptoms. So like I said, your therapist could assign you additional sessions to really go deeper, explore more causes of your picking. And also you can develop more advanced coping strategies. So it really depends on your individual needs, what your therapist thinks is most beneficial for you, what you think you want to learn, what interests you. So for example, there you can learn more advanced techniques for meditation, for emotion regulation, working on boundary setting, and like other different strategies like that. Something I really want to emphasize is that we have virtual support groups for our subscribers to our program that are also led by very skilled therapists. These are a wonderful resource. They really allow you to engage with people that are facing very similar challenges to you and undergoing the same treatment. So it's a win-win. So here you share your experiences, you can gain support, you can offer encouragement to one another. Support groups really are a proven method of just treatment that is very, very helpful. And so these are our support groups happen at different times throughout the month and at different days and also different times of day, so that people from all over the world can join depending on time zones. So we really encourage our members to join. Like I said, it's such a good resource to gain extra support. Okay, so I'm sure you're eager to know, will this work? So I'm happy to say that after 3 weeks, our data shows that 80% of our clients experience symptom reduction. So that's huge. And then within 3 months, clients have experienced a 46% reduction in symptom intensity. And then 91% of clients who finish the main module of the program have recommended it to other users. So this is important for me to say that these stats are all based on the clients who have completed the program. So not those that have maybe started and then dropped out, but these are very, very promising numbers. So we're very happy about that. Okay, so payment. So Skinpick, it's a subscription-based program, and it costs $260 every 4 weeks. And it's important for me to say that your subscription renews until you cancel it. So if you want to finish, you need to cancel. So you might be thinking, okay, this price feels a little high, but if you compare it actually to traditional face-to-face therapy, that averages around $600 a month. And here, our program provides personalized tools, daily communication with your therapist. If you want to, you can be messaging them every single day. I would like that. Like I said, the more you communicate, the better. And like I said, it provides you with an expert therapist in skin picking. So again, I don't know if you've tried to find somebody in your neighborhood, in your town near you that is a therapist that has expertise in this specific disorder. It's not very easy to find. So that is, I think, a huge benefit to Skinpick. And here is our promo code for a discount of $100 for the first month. I'll show it again at the end, so you don't need to worry about writing it down just yet. But I also want to talk about free resources that we have for subscribers to our program and also non-subscribers. So we really encourage everyone to use these. So first, we provide monthly free webinars. So these, in addition to these promo, we have community-based webinars, we have content-based webinars. For example, I'm giving a webinar next week on myths and facts about skin picking disorder. We have FAQ, like frequently asked questions that an expert therapist answers. That's every few months. We have tons of different ones, and then the past ones are all, we upload them onto our YouTube page, onto our website, so you can see them if you're interested in learning more about skin picking. We also have online forums that where you can ask questions, interact with other people that are also dealing with skin picking. Those are on our website, skinpick.com. And then also you can join our skinpick.com Facebook groups, social media, Instagram, TikTok. Really, these are great ways to engage. It's an opportunity for community. And they're a good center for information and to find treatment options. So we really encourage you to follow those. And our app also. So if you have, I mentioned this earlier, but if you subscribe, then you can use our app. It's not just on the website. You can go through the app on your smartphone. So now I'd like to thank you all for joining me today. And here I just want to mention again the discount of $100 for the first month. So using the promo code PROWEB100. And here I've written the customer support email. If you have any technical questions, if you have any clinical questions and you don't feel comfortable writing them now here in the chat, then you can go ahead and email me, and I'd be happy to get back to you. So let's open up the chat. Is there any questions? Don't be shy. We went pretty quickly. Okay, so the first question is, are there any medications that are effective? That's a great question. So as of now, there is no FDA approved medication that is suggested for skin picking disorder. That as of now, there isn't anything. And the gold standard really of treatment really is habit reversal training. So HRT, like we said. So that's provided through our program. You can work in HRT with a therapist. But yeah, so as of now, no. The next question is there ever a video session of any kind, like for an initial intake? That's a great question. So if you feel the need for video sessions, you can request them. That's not our standard package. We do have additional packages. I need to look this up of different you can upgrade. So it's $300 for every other week video sessions. And you also get unlimited text-based communication with your therapist. And it's $360 for weekly video sessions, and also in addition to the unlimited text-based therapist communication. But we do find that the text-based communication is very, very effective. So up to you. Oh, and also if somebody asked about the medications also, so I don't know if you've read or heard about NAC. That's often something that's talked about a lot. So some of our clients have tried NAC medication while using our program, and they have found it useful. I do want to say though that there is very little research on this. So like I said, again, the gold standard really is the recommended care is HRT or habit reversal training. Okay, the next, oops. Okay, the next question is, if we're interested in supporting our teen, 13, will we need to pay for 2 accounts, $260 a month times 2, or is it a kid plus parent covered under 1 subscription? So it is covered under 1 subscription. So 13, again, it's kind of close. We do the cutoff at 15. We say 15 and older is the adult program, and 14 and younger is the parent program, where we say that the parents should go through the program and then communicate the techniques to the child. Again, we do want to take this at a case-by-case basis. So if you say my 13-year-old has a lot of motivation, has a high literacy level, is able to read questions, reflect thoughtfully, then you can write into our customer support, and we will take this in definitely at a case-by-case basis. We don't want you to be paying double just for one to treat the child. We don't want that to be the case. So we can take this as a case-by-case basis, or you personally, as the parents, can sign up for the parent program and then communicate the techniques and work with your child for that. The next question is, do you utilize or recommend EFT tapping as a technique? I'm not sure what you mean by EFT tapping. Do you mean like EMDR? Like where it's tapping on different sides? Maybe I'm understanding it wrong. But in terms of techniques, I really recommend HRT, which includes competing response, stimulus control, attention training. These are like the 3 pillars of HRT. So that is habit reversal training. That is the gold standard. That is what we recommend. That's what science has shown and proven. So that's what we recommend. Great questions, guys. Do you have more? The next question is, does HRT combat visual triggers? It can. So if you mean in terms of having, like, I'm trying to think of something, but for example, if something, say you're somewhere and you see something that is very anxiety provoking, fear inducing, and then it causes you to pick, then yeah, HRT definitely works for that, because it helps you, first of all, work on your attention training, so you self-monitor, you understand what your individual triggers are, and then it helps you use techniques of competing response and stimulus control to modify your environment and also modify your response to these specific triggers. So for sure, it definitely can work with visual triggers. That's a great question. The next question is, are the group therapy sessions you mentioned video sessions or also asynchronous text? Do they cost extra? So no, the group therapy sessions are on video. So it's a group setting with one therapist. Typically not your individual therapist, but it could be. And they do not cost extra. They're a resource that's included in the subscription. We highly recommend it. It's there for you, so why not? And it really is, it's a support group. So it's people, it's for sure, it's led by a therapist, but it's people helping people and sharing their experiences, and it's the idea of the group therapy that really is so healing. We have a few more minutes. Any other questions? Anything else? If not, then I think we'll wrap up. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to send me an email or to send our customer support. Okay, everybody, stop the recording now.